So it's Empty Jar. I was gonna play this at YCS. Didn't find the cards I needed at the time, so I decided to play Dino Rabbit. Went X2 or X3 actually, though I ended up 121st place. So furthermore, let's just get into it. I actually played this at my local this Tuesday. So of course your one morphine jar is your main win condition. Um, discard your whole hand, draw 5 for you and your opponent, so it's milling. Um, two tour guides, one Sangan. Tour guide engine, just because you could go tour guide Sangan and they think you're playing Dino Rabbit or windups anything, and you just sit on the Sangan, so. Or you could overlay for Levier with the Morphine Jar, remove from play and stuff. Um, two needle worms. When they're flip face up, your opponent mills 5, so they're actually really good for those decks, those random decks in those events where they run more than 42 cards. So double needle worm's still pretty good. So um, triple AD changer. Um, AD changer is basically when he's in the graveyard, which most of the time you want him in the grave. You remove him from play and you change the battle position of a monster on the field. So basically, you set Morphine Jar first turn, you can have this in the grave. You remove from play, you flip your Morphine Jar face up, and you start discarding and you start your whole loop. Another thing you guys should know, when Morphine Jar gets flipped by this, it cannot be warning for the fact that it's not being flip summoned, it's changing the battle position. So warning does not negate, cannot negate Morphine Jar with this. Um, and one level golem just for those, because there's a lot of Dino Rabbit or six samurais going around. So one lava golem for right now, and the other ones are inside. For spells, of course, you got your triple book. If you don't have those AD changers, you got your triple book of Taiyu. Basically, you split one face down monster on the field, face up attack position. So this is how you also get your combos off with Morphine Jar. Um, your books, 3 Book of Eclipse, and your one Book of Moon. Um, you guys should remember if you're um flipping Morphing Jar flip face up, you always want to keep one of these in hand to chain it, because your opponent most likely is gonna have main deck Veiler or side into it. So if you flip your Morphing Jar and attack face up, attack or defense doesn't matter, and your opponent Veilers, you could chain the Book of Moon or Book of Eclipse. It changes your Morphing Jar face down, so Effect Veiler gets negated. It fizzles and you still mill and draw 5. Well, I mean, you discard your whole hand and draw 5, so this lets you go off completely. So empty Effect Veiler doesn't have anything, can't stop you at all. The one Gold Sark for your Gold Sarking, Gold Sark, Morphine Jar, and then Tour Guide Levy Airplay. Your basic staples, Dark Hole Heavy, Monster Reborn, also Rhoda, because AD changers are warriors. And it thins out your deck by 1. Card restriction just for those bad hands. Or if you want to feel safe and you think your opponent has a Veiler, or if you know your opponent has a Veiler, um, card restrictions there. Foolish, in case you draw Shallow Grave, or you run out of AD changes, you don't have Book of Taiyu, or you want to get Morphine Jar into the grave quicker, Foolish Burial's there, and you just reborn it and book it or something. Premature burial from a different dimension, or yeah, in case they remove your Morphine Jar, or you don't have any more AD changers, this gives you more AD changers back into your deck graveyard. One Phoenix Feather of Phoenix, you basically discard 1 card and you place 1 card from your graveyard top of your deck, so like Book of Moon and stuff like that. It's a really great card for the fact that you keep drawing, so it doesn't matter if you neg 1, because you're gonna keep with a hand. You're gonna keep having hands, and it's just really good. My personal tech drag downs. If you have cards you don't care about in your hand, or AD changers, or when you side, for example, I side Negro Gardenas. Um, Drag down lets you read your opponent's hand, so you could go off safely. You take out their veilers, you take out their answers to your for them not be able to stop you. This is your answer to take out Rabbit, takes out their Dark Hole, takes out Veilers, complete. It's really good because you get to read their hand. Double Shallow Grave, you like I said, you Foolish Morphing Jar, you Shallow Grave, and for that one Lava Golem, if your opponent is sitting on a Doka or a Shein and doesn't want to bring out another monster because they know you have Lava Golem, you force them to special summon another monster, and then you tribute both for Lava Golem, and you keep going all off. This is actually what I did because my opponent had a Doka, and I had he had a monster in grave, so I shallow graved him, forced him to bring out one. I shallow graved my morphing jar, and then I tributed both for Lava Golem, and let me go off. Double Magical Stone of Excavation. This card's too good in this deck. Discard two to add one spell from one spell from your graveyard. It's really amazing. You basically add Book of Eclipse, Book of Tayu, Shallow Grave, anything you want that you could think of. This is the card that lets you get those cards back. Um, the Nobleman Extermination. I'm choosing this actually um over MSTs for the fact that if you hit that warning, or you hit a trap card, you hit the Phoenix Change, you hit the warning, that's more copies of their deck that has to get removed from play, which means less cards in your opponent's deck. And you could check their deck, so you could confirm looking at their deck, and you could see what they still have, and lets you think out your plays even more better. Check out how many Veilers they have in there. It just lets you have so much information, it's not even funny. Um, for stalls, One Day of Peace lets you draw a stall or just an extra card. It's really good. And your triple hand destructions that lets you draw, take out your opponent's hand also. Forces your opponent to take out cards. It's really great when I drag down and they only have like 2 cards in hand. Take out one, make them draw another one, and then you hand destruction them. So that's basically it. Side, I don't really have anything but double Lava Golem, an extra Needleworm, extra Nobleman Extermination, double Garnet. I'm actually looking for the other one right now, and triple Dark World Dealings, which I'm looking through my deck bosses again for all of them. So, this is Empty Jar, you guys. I actually did pretty well with this deck. And my logos, I mean, I went X2, but it was still pretty good in my first try. So, I hope you guys like it. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, late.